Janko put me on stage for the first time, and he kind of mentored me. And I learned a lot. I've learned that finding your voice is the hardest tackle on being on stage. Is because my biggest fear is ripping somebody's material because it happens so often on accident. When did you find your voice where you're like, oh, that's it? How many years into your stand-up where you're like, oh, this is who Sebastian is?
I kind of knew my voice right from the get-go, but it took me a while to hone it. I used to come on stage extremely angry. My first line was, the week I had today, and it was like anger. Yeah. But it wasn't fun. It wasn't like I wasn't smiling. I wasn't letting the crowd in on the joke. It was very, just talking to them and
venting.
Yeah, venting. Yeah. Like you bitching. But I always knew I had a kind of a unique take on observational humor and people and the way they behave, the way they move, and I was never the class clown. I was always silent. I was always observing, and then I would come home and tell my family, the kid at school today, you know what he did? I would make fun of the class clown because I didn't think he was funny.
We usually aren't.
Yeah.
I was voted class clown.
Oh, you were?
Exhibit A.
I was. You know what's fucked up? I was voted class clown.
You could have kept that one to yourself. You literally fucked yourself. Right?
Well, no, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm sitting next to Sebastian now. And by the way, they removed me from the yearbook because they thought it would be funny. So like, how you flip and you're like, oh, where are you? I wasn't fucking there, bro. I kept flipping.
Tell him the quote that the one girl wrote in.
Oh, that was just one of the quotes. This is literally what it said. Hey, George. Yeah. So I got nothing really nice to say to you, but I'll just start by saying you're not as bad as I thought you would be, and you don't really look like a gorilla. Anyway, see you later. That was, I'm like, why did I let this girl sign
Don't write anything.
But you know what? When I was young and I had people signing it, they didn't know what they were signing it from far away. It looked like so many people were writing so many nice things. I wasn't even in the fucking yearbook, bro. They thought it'd be funny to remove me.
That is funny. Hags, brother. Have a great summer. What were you saying, Sebastian?
So is he, is like, I just met you.
Yeah. So no, we met before.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I gave you a fucking shirt. I gave you a fucking shirt, bro. Oh. You said you liked the shirt.
I know. I totally forgot that we were on a shirt together. But like, as far as getting to know you a little bit for the last 25 minutes, now, is the group here supportive of you doing stand-up? Do they see like, oh, this guy's got a future?
If it wasn't for this show, my friends and this whole crew, I would not be doing stand-up.
Sebastian, okay. I texted George every day for about 4 months straight. Every day, often unresponded, sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row. Have you done stand-up comedy today? Have you done stand-up comedy today? Have you done stand-up? Like, I became the annoying guy, but I knew that he has this thing and he needs to get on stage. Yeah. And he's naturally funny. Like, I've always been curious about that. To pivot it back to you because it's not George's podcast, but
it's an us podcast.
Yeah,
no, he's also usually not this nervous, Sebastian.
Get your hand off my shoulder.
Dude, you are a little sweaty.
Wait, can I touch on that really quick?
Yeah.
I am a comedy. I digest it. I like to watch comedy, right? And observe it, watch specials and stand up my whole life. I would love to get on stage, but I sweat a lot and I get really nervous. I have super high energy, so I'd love to do it, but I get really sweaty. But one thing I've noticed that's interesting is comedians sweating on stage is very acceptable.
Yeah.
It was made acceptable by the early greats. Your sweating is like a fucking 2 out of 10. You're like a tiny little, like what do you call it in Jewish language?
A schwitzer.
A schwitzer.
Yeah, you
schwitzen.
You glisten.
But like, dude, like Carlin, bro, and like those guys, man, they fucking pour. Yeah. What is it that makes you sweat so much? Is it it's the lights?
Lights. But when I go and do these shows, I tell them make the room extremely cold because
yeah.
I like to wear jackets and whatnot, and it could get a little warm. I do sweat a lot. Like now I've cooled down. It's like when I was rushing to get over here. I was in the shower or whatnot, so I perspired a little bit. Plus, George was sitting next to me. You get a little nervous. But Yeah, I don't sweat like that. I remember Richard Pryor did a special just in red, and he was drenched.
But his situation was different. He was on crack. You know what I'm saying? So like that. Just,
So are you. So
yeah, facts. That's a good point.
Hey there, if you like the clip, make sure to subscribe to this Impulsive Clips channel or check out this recommended clip to my right. And if you really want to be super generous to the Impulsive team, head on over to the main Impulsive channel where we post a full-length podcast and subscribe there. Thanks. Bye.